Hi, I'm Leesie, and I'd like to share my experience with the mind alignment process. So, throughout my life, I had been experiencing the same pattern over and over again in my work relationships and in my romantic partnerships of experiencing kind of like a knee jerk reaction whenever a certain thing would happen, namely like when I was being critiqued or when I was receiving any restructuring or any loving discipline. And I would have this knee jerk reaction that would send me spiraling into anxiety. I had anxiety most of my life, untreated for part of my life. I tried different therapies. I tried DBT, I tried talk therapy, traditional therapy, and it seemed to alleviate the problem. There were really good therapies out there that alleviated the problem, but it was still there. The root of it was still there, and I didn't like that I needed to depend on these external remedies that didn't actually solve the problem. I wanted to heal it at the core, but I didn't know that something actually existed that could heal something, a pattern at the core. Um, and so as I moved further into my healing journey, I came across Jeff and Shalia, and I came across the mind alignment process. There were a few friends who had taken it, and I thought initially that it was for people who had survived, war, had some sort of catastrophic accident or burning down of a building. I thought it was only for people with diagnosed PTSD. And it is for those who have been diagnosed with PTSD, who have been survivors of war, who've been serving our country or any country in the military. But it's so much more. It's for anyone who who has experienced trauma. And I learned a little bit about what trauma is, and that I had experienced trauma as a child, as a youth. Any event that gets kind of crystallized in your consciousness, that prevents you from living a full life based on your reaction to this event can be considered a trauma. And so I signed up for my consultation with Matt. My practitioner guided me through my feelings. I didn't know what traumas were going to come up, but she guided me through my feelings perfectly. I felt very safe and loved and seen in a way that I hadn't before. And we identified my core wounds, my core traumas. And so during my actual MAP session, which was about an hour long, I safely revisited these core wounding incidents in my life and made new choices there that I had never made before, and let go of the energy or the pattern that I was holding on to there. And it felt so good. Just after my session, I felt like the lightest that I'd ever felt in my life. I felt secure, calm, comfortable, loved, completely loved. And I curled up in a blanket, and I had the best night's sleep. The following 12 weeks in the MAP healing process are very important. And I wrote down my new choices on a piece of paper and I put it on my fridge because during the following 12 weeks of the healing process, I went to my after MAP care group each week. It's an hour long with a group of others that are healing with you, with your MAP practitioner, to continue to make those new choices because as you heal, as I healed in MAP, the traumatic incidents kind of had echoes as they came out in my external reality, and I was presented I with a new awareness, with an opportunity to make that same new choice again over the next 12 weeks. And as I did this, it really solidified my choice in my heart. And after the 12 weeks was complete, I no longer experienced the anxiety. I no longer experienced the knee jerk reactions. My relationships improved and my work life improved. So, permanently. And I had never experienced any healing modality that healed me. That actually took me to the core, healed the block, and healed me of these wounds that were really crippling me and not allowing me to live my full life. So I feel that I got my life back because of MAP. I am making new choices to value myself, to not be a victim, to really honor my values and priorities in my life and live free and live happy and experience joy. So I really would like to invite you to try MAP. If you've been on a healing journey for a while, you feel like you can't quite reach that core block, MAP will heal you. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing about your journey.